One night, when I was 9 years old, I woke up because my bedroom door slowly opened. Something invisible entered the room and sat down on the edge of my bed. I felt it clearly. The mattress sank slightly under someone's weight, and my leg brushed against something cold. It's just my mum, I thought, and opened my eyes. But it wasn't my mother. Sitting on my bed was the ghost of a boy. He looked about my age. Where his eyes should have been, there were only black, empty sockets. He stretched one hand toward me. In his palm was a small box. I was terrified, paralyzed with fear, but I still reached out my hand. The ghost suddenly pulled his hand back. In my mind, I thought one word: give. I blinked, and when I opened my eyes again, no one was there. You could say it was just a dream, but the mattress still showed a clear indentation where someone had been sitting. Years passed, and I almost forgot about that night, until the story continued. 5 years later, my friends and I were having a sleepover at my house to celebrate the end of the school year. We had already fallen asleep when one girl's parents arrived to pick her up. I tried to wake her. She suddenly opened her eyes and stared at the corner of the room, where the wall meets the ceiling. She pointed her finger there, then instantly passed out again. I shook her until she woke up fully and told her her parents were waiting. She looked disturbed, terrified. I saw a little boy on the wall, she said. He had no eyes. He was on the ceiling, like Spider-Man, watching me. I didn't tell her anything that night. The next day, I called her and told her my story about the same boy 5 years earlier. We found no logical explanation. Eventually, we tried to forget it. 5 more years passed. By then, I was married and had a young son. My husband and I were living in my parents' house in my old bedroom. My son began waking up every night at the same time, talking to someone. Soon, he started talking during the day as well. One day, jokingly, I asked him who he was talking to. He smiled and said, "It's a little boy. He's nice. He's lost and looking for his mom." My son kept talking to the ghost boy until we moved into our own house. When people imagine a haunted doll, they usually picture something terrifying. An old porcelain face, Victorian clothing, bright red lips, rosy cheeks, glassy blue eyes, something like the infamous Annabelle. Thankfully, most people wouldn't willingly keep such dolls in their homes. Unless, of course, that home is a doll museum, filled with hundreds or even thousands of dolls from around the world. But sometimes, a haunted doll looks completely innocent. In December 2013, a woman in Houston, Texas, received an Elsa doll from the movie Frozen as a Christmas gift. For nearly 2 years, the doll behaved normally. It sang songs from the movie, spoke its programmed phrases, nothing unusual. Then, in 2015, something changed. The doll began speaking randomly, switching between English and Spanish. Soon, the woman noticed something even stranger. Even when the batteries were removed, the doll would suddenly talk or start singing on its own. In December 2019, the family decided to throw the doll away. They placed it in the trash. A few weeks later, they found the doll inside their living room couch. After that, the Elsa doll began speaking only in Spanish, loudly, openly. Terrified, the family tried again. They sealed the doll in 2 trash bags and placed it at the bottom of a garbage bin. The trash was collected soon after. Sometime later, the family went on vacation. When they returned, the doll was waiting for them in their backyard. As a final attempt, they mailed the doll to a family friend in another state. He tied the doll to the bumper of his truck. According to the last update in October 2020, the doll never returned to Houston. At least, not yet. This true story was told to me by my grandmother. It happened during World War II. At the time, she was about 8 years old, living in a small rural village. Late one evening, someone opened the door to their wooden house. The door slammed shut. Her mother called out, "Who would come at this hour?" A man's voice answered, "Good people. Could you spare something to eat?" Her mother replied, "There's bread on the table. Take some for now. I'll be right there." She walked into the main room. No one was there. The door was locked from the inside. No one could have entered. Yet both my grandmother and her mother clearly heard the door slam. They both heard the voice. Some spirits wander the earth, knowing no barriers, no locks, and no boundaries.